What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do a couple of things to the F30. We're actually gonna be switching out some wheels. Oh, you guys seen them. Anyways, nothing special. We're going back to the Avid ones. I just sold my R-Gates just because I think the car looks better on 18s. I tried 19s, but I don't know, I feel like they're too big. And plus, for the meaty setup, I was rubbing a little bit, so I'm just gonna go back to 18. So I'm running a set of a 18 by 9.5 plus 32 offset. And as for tires, I'm running a 265 35 18. These are good ride, cheap tires, but they look good. But yeah, guys. So if you guys don't know, I live in an apartment, so we are not allowed to do any sort of mechanic work here. So I'm gonna head to Autozone, and not made of money, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to their parking lot and just do it there really quickly. Besides that, we're also gonna be taking off the tent. As you guys can see, it's not too dark, but I want to go for that fishbowl look. I think it'll look super clean, so you just gotta trust the vision. I have another vision in my mind for this car, so we're gonna do just that. So I'll see you guys there at the parking lot and see what happens. Hopefully I don't get kicked out, or or if anything happens, I'll try to record just to show you guys the drama. But all right, you guys, let me go ahead and drive over there, and let's get this thing going. All right, you guys, we made it to the Autozone, and yeah, this is where I usually do my little mechanic stuff. So I try to do the smallest things too. I don't really like to do any like axles or brakes or nothing like that, even oil changes. But let me know in the comments below, what's the craziest thing you ever seen people do here at the parking lot of an Autozone? Because where I live, I've seen people doing oil changes, changing axles, freaking putting headers actually, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys seen where you guys live. So the tip for Autozone, if you guys want to do any mechanic work here, try to just park away from like the actual parking lot. So make sure it's always like in the corner side, like there's no cars here, nothing else here. But you guys can see there's a bunch of oil and stuff like that, because I've seen people, full-time mobile mechanics, they pull up here and they start doing their own little things. So I respect that if you don't have a place that's okay by any means. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not made of money, so I don't have a place to do my little wheel swaps and stuff like that. So I go to a friend's house, but that's okay. So let's get it going. Hopefully, like I said, I don't get told anything. At least I haven't been yet, but let's see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, so far I got the first one on. I think the fitment's gonna be perfect. Like I said, these are 32 offset. I did have to put on the 5mm spacer, which you can see there. It clears the bag, so for anybody planning on running to 65-35, they do clear like a whole finger, kind of tight, but it works. Besides that, everything's going smoothly. But yeah, first one down, 4 more to go. So yeah. And then in the rear, I will be running a 10mm spacer, which I have right here. After putting on the 10mm, I think that's gonna be 22 offset, so that's gonna make it fit perfectly. It's gonna be a tight fit. If you guys watched my previous video on the TS5s, they were 22 offset as well, and the fitment was like super tight. So hopefully they fit almost the same and we don't have any rubbing issues. I am running max camber arm, so That's like 2.5, and that is on the stock arm. So hopefully that helps us tuck in the tire, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes right now. So we do have a problem. I only have 5mm spacers. I think I only got 2. So the front ones, they're honestly perfect. If you don't want to have any rubbing whatsoever, these are perfect. Before I used to have them poking out, and I was rubbing, so now you can actually drive it really hard with the setup and you'll be fine. But in the rear, we actually have a problem. I have a 10mm spacer in the rear, and as you guys can tell, it's really bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the 10mm spacer, and I'm gonna run it without a spacer. I know it's not gonna fit perfect. I think I do have a 5mm at home, another 2 pair, so I might just put those on there. But for now, I'm gonna remove the spacer, and we're just gonna drive it home like this, and find the other 2, throw on the other 2 on the rear, and it should be perfect. Like I said, in the front, I mean, it could run probably like maybe a 10 would probably fit perfect, but I think it's already too much. Yeah, I think that would be too much, so we're just gonna leave it at the 5mm. If the freaking spacer doesn't make me vibrate or anything like that, but I'm gonna try 10 and see what happens. There we go. Took off the 10mm on the back, and I'm running no spacer. Keep in mind this is a 32 offset, maxed out on my camber arms, stock ones, so that's about 2.5. And I think for a functional proper stance, it's perfect. In the past, I always wanted it close to the fender, but what I've learned is that if you're actually driving your car, you're gonna be rubbing. And if you want your car to not rub at all, so you can enjoy it, just have a little gap, which isn't too bad. Like here, you can probably fit a 10mm, but I mean a 5mm, but well, this one's already on the 5mm, so it's technically a 10mm, but you will be rubbing when you're actually driving the car. So if you care about the fitment purposes, then do put a 10mm. But if you want to actually drive the car and the car being functional, then 5mm on the 32 offset on the 18 by 9.5 is perfect on the F30. Yes, I'm running camber, have camber adjustable for the top on the suspension, so I am maxed out. That's about 2.5 or 3, I believe. So I think they fit nicely. Like I said, I had these in the past and they look really good. So let me make sure all the lug nuts are good to go, and then we're gonna put the other 2. And like I said, there's more people, you know, arriving here at Autozone. Not the only one. You can see that guy over there, see another guy here. So yeah, I think it's pretty normal here. So I'm just gonna do the other 2 now. And yeah guys, everything is going good so far. Hopefully, like I said, I don't have any vibrations on the 5mm. And on the right side, we still have the stocks. Yeah, they obviously go. They're not my favorite OEM wheels, so if they were the 437Ms, then yeah, they're cool, but not these. So anybody thinks those wheels look cool, they're kind of mid, honestly. But yeah, let me finish up, and then like I said, next up is gonna be fishbowl. So let's see how that looks too. Really excited, and yeah, all 4 wheels are finally on. Just took a minute just because I was playing around with the fitment, but yeah, this is pretty much how the car looks with the new wheels. New to me because I already had them, but don't worry about the front. Still has to go lower. I just haven't perfected it with the freaking control, but if you guys want me to air it out, I actually can. I'm not gonna air it out. I'm just gonna make sure that all the freaking PSIs are up to date. Let's see. Now let's aim. Look at that. That's aired out. Shows me. We're tugging the rear perfectly. Like I said, this is more of a functional setup, so it's not going to be that tight fitment on the sides, but it's perfect. And the way I can confirm that is by, if you guys have bags and if you're able to clear the tire when you're dropping down, then you're for sure not rubbing when you're driving. Let's say you go to the canyons or whatever, you're going to be fine. So I think it's perfect to me. But like I said, if you wanted a better fitment, you can add more spacers, but just be aware you're going to be rubbing unless you add more camber. But I'm already maxed out. I can't do any much, but I think that's perfect. The rear is super tucked, so you guys can see it clears for days. Maybe in the rear we can actually add a 5mm. If I have a 5mm, I might just add it, but just depending on how it drives in the front, because I do have some like kind of sketchy spacers. I mean, they are 5x120, but they don't have like that extra like a ring in the center, so the wheel can actually sit perfectly. So it's just like you mock it on the rotor and then you push it with the wheel and then with the bolts, obviously. So I want to test that out first. But yeah, next up we're gonna go ahead and wash the car. After washing the car, depending, I might actually take off the tint. So let's get going with our day. These headlights are not cracked or rock chipped, they're just super dirty. You can probably see there's a bunch of dirt. So all right, let's clean up here and let's go ahead and head to the car wash. Like I said, I'm right in front of an Autozone, nothing special, not made of money. So whoever says I wish I could have your bank account, trust me, you don't. So yeah guys, if you guys ever need like a little space work on your car, you can probably go to your Autozone. Just make sure, like I said, try to park away from everybody. Like a guy here was doing an oil change, he did it super quick, didn't really do any mess, so that's a plus. But yeah guys, let me go ahead and clean up because I still have the jack and the wheels, gotta put them inside. The reason why I don't want to take off the tint before the car wash, it's because the car is like super dirty. Here, let me show you guys. Like I have a freaking tire in the back. I know I don't really take care of my car, but once it's all washed up and everything, I will not put anything inside of here other than people. So all right, let me get this thing in the car. We'll be on our way. Finished up washing the car. This thing cleaned up pretty good. See the wheels, nice and clean. Like I said, these are the Avid ones, AV06. You see the brand right there. Tires 265/35/18. They fit perfect on the car. Like I said, this is more of a functional look rather than the fitment. So it's gonna be a little, like I said, there's gonna be a little gap right in, like a tiny one, not too crazy, but to the point where I can drive the car in the canyons and it's not gonna be like rubbing every corner I go through. So that's a plus. But yeah, now we just gotta clean the interior. This thing is super dirty, like I said. The outside is really clean now. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was really close to taking off the wrap this past week, but I decided to leave it on and wash it one more time and see if it cleaned up really good. And I would keep it for a little bit longer. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with wraps, but you can't really take off the swirls. So that's the only downside, but it doesn't look too bad. I think if you really clean it
the right way, it'll last longer. But I'm not a professional detailer, so mine does have a little bit of swirls here and there, especially like in the reflection here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can probably see it. Like I said, it's nothing crazy. So, but yeah, guys, now we're gonna be cleaning the interior. This thing is super dirty. I'm transporting the freaking tires and the wheels, so it does need to be vacuumed. The back specifically, it's really dirty. You can see I had a trash bag, but honestly, it was useless. You know, it just kept on sliding everywhere. So yeah, let me get the interior all cleaned up and see what happens. I'm gonna take off the tent today, but after seeing it all cleaned up, I don't think I am. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be until another time. But I'm just gonna keep the tent. I think it looks aggressive like this, and if I was to take off the tent, it would look clean too. But I think with the black wheels and the black tint, it really gives it that nice contrast with the carbon fiber. And you guys didn't see my story on Instagram. I actually broke my lip a little bit. Well, I cracked it a little bit. You can probably see here, there's a crack there, chip right there, and a few clear coat cracks there. I was driving and getting off a driveway, and yeah, the lip didn't survive. Even after putting the car up with the bags, it still hit, but it's okay. Still holding on. It didn't break off completely, so that's a quality part if it didn't break right away, so that's good. But yeah, let me go ahead and clean the inside, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. All cleaned up. Finally, this thing doesn't look like a freaking work truck like I had it right now. Like, damn, that shit was so dirty. But got it all cleaned up. Back seats and everything. The only thing that I am missing is some leather cleaner, so I didn't have that with me, so I just gave it a little wipe down, and then the vacuum, of course. So yeah, it's back to looking somewhat clean. It was raining these past couple of days, so it was super dirty. Now the car is like spotless. The wheels, it looks sick. I have the center caps, but like I said in the past, I'm not the biggest fan of running center caps. Might just spray the hubs in black, just so it looks a little bit nicer instead of just showing rust in the middle. But overall, they look really clean. This is pretty much how the car sits now. I did remove the Ramis muffler. It was cool, but it wasn't too loud. It was like really like toned down. It was almost like stock, so I I deleted the muffler and just went for a muffler delete. So you guys heard a muffler delete before, so nothing new. And I went with the black, the soft tips, matte finish. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not really the biggest fan of matte black, but that's all they had at the shop, so it works. Now with the black wheels, everything just flows really nice. And I also never had the 3.5 inch soft tips. I always had like the smaller ones, so it fills the gap really nice, so it's perfect. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the new wheels? Obviously I had them before already, but I just think the car just flows better with 18s instead of 19s. The R gates are really nice, but to me 18s are the way to go. So hope you guys like this video. Leave a comment below. Like I said, tell me your craziest thing you've seen at an Autozone, whether it's oil changes, engine swaps, or whatever it is. Let me know. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.